Right, this is another toughvinnie dealing with a different part of my personality that's more adult or even parental. If you look at my lingo, it's much like my forefathers had in the olden days before color TVs. Anyway, we got a situation on hand. Red alert with AOL and the artificial intelligence. The Chinese are saying, "Hey, we can do it cheaper, we can do it faster, and we're going to beat you." Now, I personally think the Chinese are bluffing. They announced this, and it seems like, hey, we're in trouble. I don't think so. I think the capitalist system is more better than your commie. Well, they're half capitalist and half commie. But I think our system, under the glorious Mr. Trump, is going to beat them. And because my half his bluff. You know what he did? They announced that we had the cheaper. They could make the artificial intelligence cheaper, and they were ahead of the game. I think they just wanted our little Wall Street thing to collapse and everybody to panic. And I faith in one thing that they don't have in those commie countries: an ironclad faith in God. See, I'm an American. God's not gonna let my country down. It's for God's country, my tis of Lee, sweet land of liberty. Of thee I sing. Land where my father died, and land where the children are have pride. There, under one country, indivisible, under God, and all of that stuff. You think the red Chinese have that? Yeah. They got a little Confucius going there, but they're confused because they reject the past and they try to cherry pick. And they're not going to pick this cherry. Let me tell you something. Shane's bill over bum deal. Oh, Shane, so you know what's happening in Panama? We built that Panama Canal. Before, there was two different oceans. You got the Pacific and you got the Atlantic. In order to go in the boat before the 19th century, and to go around South America. You couldn't go through the Arctic there because it was too cold. And it took a long time. And it cost a lot of money. So we said, it's Panama. And we kind of run the place, quite honestly. We said we were going to dig a ditch from one end of the Panama to the other. And you're going to go, our ships are going to go through. And it was our ships in our Panama Canal, and the people who died there making the damn thing were Americans or foreigners that we hired. Anyway, we did it. And then, but again, the Jimmy Carter, who was a nice man. He's a nice man, but he's soft. He should have kept that canal like Reagan wanted to do because, things change. Panama's country could go lefty. A new superpower can rear its ugly head, which we did with the Red Chinese. Well, I call them the Red Chinese, even though they call it's confusing. It's confusing because we Trumpers are with our little red caps. And it says the red states and the blue states. I think they did that to screw our brains. So you go, let me tell you something. What's going on here? Let me go. I'm watching the fight here. Now, this is crazy. Somebody is playing the music too loud in the subways, blaring it. They're making a trap because they want somebody to say, "Hey, look, with the music, slow me down a little bit." And they stab the guy in the head. This is a person who has a grudge against humanity and has a chip on his shoulder and a knife in his hand, stabbing people left and right. Where am I? Where am I? Vigilantes of old, the old vigilantes, like the the guys with the berets. I remember my brain is not working. In my youth, and I was about the same age as they put the guardian angels. They guarded us. People wouldn't stabbing people left and right, or they were stopping once the guardian angels were on the prowl. I saw them, and they had the Curtis Sequa was there with his guardian angel entourage, and they're all middle-aged men now. Curtis is an old bastard like me. And let me tell you something. We may break a hip, We may be aching and doing, but we're willing to fight for the right for our innocent people to go through the damn subways without getting stabbed in the head or put on fire. That's outrageous. The liberals are okay with it. Oh, and the percentage of, everybody gets stabbed and it's a serious amount of crime. Yes, it's a, you're making me make my face. That's bad. Oh, yeah, subway crime rages on. Got the National Guard there. They're trying to tell us it's okay, it's not that dangerous. You need the National Guard to guard your subways. That's dangerous. That governor that we got there, that broad. I just can I'm getting outraged. I'm looking over here. I'm looking at me. I love me so much. I'm charismatic. I'm so charismatic I attract myself. Uh, the troops who didn't take the vax are going to be back. They try to force this vaccination, which most people don't need, on everybody. I have somebody like me, a little heavy, I'm a little old, I need the vax, maybe. But a lot of people didn't need the vax, these firemen and these troopers. And then you don't know what the side effects are going to be. But they forced them and they fired them if they didn't do it. Well, let me tell you something. Mr. Trump is undoing all these terrible things that they did. And did it. It's a fight going. The Australians beating the hell out of a TIE fighter, I think. They look, what is this? Is it child labor laws? Oh, he goes down here. And they stop the fight. Troops who get no vax back. Uh, Pete, Pete, our new Secretary of Defense. I forget his last name. That's how sleepy I am, and I was sick though. He's gonna be the dome, like the Israelis have to those so the missiles don't go through. Funny thing is, we originally, and I think we both built the dome for the Israelis, but we didn't build it for ourselves. But we're a lot more, property you have to protect, and we're a big country. Okay, go there, sit there. Ah, this is confusing. A guy, this sometimes vigilanteism goes too. A guy was seeing this woman was getting a seat from this young kid, right? Okay. And he goes over to the young kid, this man, and he said, "Hey, give the seat to the lady." Well, the young kid went, "Yeah." I don't know if he went like, "Yeah," but he did something of that with him. Well, the other guy, he didn't have a machete or he didn't have a knife. He had a hammer. And he hammers the kid in the head. Now, the kid was rude, not giving the suit to the lady. Although sometimes you go, hey, sometimes the woman doesn't need a seat. She's healthy. She's got good legs. Maybe wanted to impress a babe. She was a babe. Who knows? Anyway, you can't hit people for that misdemeanor with a hammer in the head. Now, if the young kid was trying to set somebody on fire or hit someone with a machete or beating the crap out of a lady, then it's justified to have your little hammer on a baseball bat. Because hammer, unless you're gonna be a repairman and a carpenter, you have no excuse to have a hammer in the subway. At least if you have a baseball bat, you can say, "Hey, I'm going to the game." Can't fit a Federman. Federman, guy who had a stroke, who couldn't talk for a while. He got shorts and he got a t-shirt. Is the only reasonable Democrat out there. Believe it or not, man, with brain damage. The rest of them are communists and corrupt. And some of them are just insane. And Wiedemann, he's using common sense. And he's trying to build bridges between him and the more conservative multitude of Trumpers, the populist Trumpers. Let me tell you something. I salute you, Mr. Federman. You're a trooper. You're only into the lion's den of those broads on the view, the left wing view, the loony view. Wrecking more disloyal or deserving. This is about the January 6th guys. Let me tell you something. They weren't disloyal. The system had been corrupted. They had been getting the crap eaten on for years. It was an emotional reaction. It wasn't the proper emotional reaction. They weren't trying to overthrow the government. It was silly. They were trying to protest, and they were disorganized. And Trump tried to calm them down, but they wouldn't be calmed down because they had taken so much abuse. And the whole system at that point, when they put Biden in, it was corrupted. Because let me tell you something, they had the techie guys at that time were helping with the government in an alliance between government and and the corporations, which is left-wing fascism was there, and corruption and terrible. And they had a temper tantrum. But something was very impressive. 45-year-old men and up going scaling walls. Where were they? Where were they? Out there in the militia land? Trained, they was in good damn shape. Yeah. They've been in jail for 4 years under conditions that are horrendous. Yeah, horrendous. Oh, yeah, I'm saying it in private. Oh, the show's over. Oh, yeah. Should have my aide coming pretty soon. Modern pick up a big. This is the wrecking ball. He's the Trump is taking a wrecking ball to a corrupt system. He's fighting him, and there's maybe a little revenge here, but the revenge is justified because it's righteous revenge. Righteous revenge is just balancing the scales. Let me tell you something. Modern we've been fighting the Cold War and the Arab War for 30, 40 years. And now we have to fight the war against the multicultural one world order people. That's the real enemy. They're everywhere, and they're Marxists, and they're corporate Marxists. But they made one mistake. They did this on my Nostravini's, and Nostravini type of people. Yeah, I'm not gonna let them get away with it. It's just mega, mega whitewash. I don't know what this means. Mega whitewash? No. Mega's good. Mega's kind. Mega is sublime. Our new president, a fine man is he. He's as obnoxious as can be. The representatives of God have always been kind of nice, and sugar and spice, and sometimes righteous, you see. But we need a businessman who's as obnoxious as can be, and can fight as dirty as the commies. Oh, I love me a Trump. Yes, I do. He's the man for me and you. He's as kind as can be. Or a bastard, can't you see? He's